first time we met, I was leaving the academy, and she was sitting on the steps, flaunting said ankles. And she propositioned me.
Is that true?
When I said hello to him, he actually blushed. He was so shy, so I asked him out.
And you said yes.
Well, she made me.
Great to meet you, Tom.
Thank you.
You've made a wonderful film, a love story. It's also a story about pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Why this particular story and why now?
Well, the why now is difficult to say because actually I fell in love with it 7 years ago. So
Okay.
the now has been quite a long now.
Right, yeah.
And it was this extraordinary script that I read 7 years ago by Lucinda Coxon, and the incredible love story, the beautiful love story at its centre that drew me in and really moved me to tears when I first read it. And it's really been a 7-year journey to want to share that experience I had encountering the story with the audience, and also shed light on this extraordinary, courageous and pioneering couple.
God, you're saved. Where did it go well? Tell me, how was it?
You'd know if you'd been there.
I made us a supper.
You should have come.
It's a little sort of celebration.
This is not how it goes. We do these things together.
That was you and I now.
Stop playing that stupid game.
Please, Gerda. Don't you think this is a game?
You should have been there.
How could I? Look at me.
Not everything is about you.
There are lots of similarities, aren't there, between this film and your previous, the King's Speech, the Oscar-winning, magnificent King's Speech. Are you particularly drawn to true stories about historical figures who are overcoming obstacles, physiological or psychological obstacles?
I mean, it's an interesting question because of course, now I look back at it, I kind of fell in love with the Danish Girl and the King's Speech within maybe a year of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do think they share a universal theme, which is that all of us have blocks between us and the best version of ourselves, or maybe the true version of ourselves, and that could be shyness or insecurity. It could be, anxiety, addiction, depression. It could be stammering, like in the King's Speech.
Right, okay.
But to not identify with the gender you're assigned at birth, I don't think there could be a more profound block that a human being can experience to their true selves. But I think again, what the films have in common is in both cases, in the Danish Girl, the block is overcome partly by the special space created by this love, because you've got to wonder why in the 1920s Lily could emerge, given that there was no support, there was no word transgender, there was no recognition of what she was saying about herself in the medical establishment, and so I think it was the extraordinary quality of this love that Gerda, Lily's wife, unflinchingly was able to look at who her husband truly was and support the journey of her transition, and she loved Lily so much she would support her even if there was a risk that she would lose her in the process, and that's the film's beautiful core.
My darling! Hola. Let me introduce. It's Lily. That's right. Ina's cousin from Violet.
My dear. Oh, exquisite. In. Let's go in. Come on.
Don't leave me.
No, never.
At one point, Ina, who's played by Eddie Redmayne, who plays Lily as well, that's the same character, she says that marriage is a wonderful thing, that it is one of the most beautiful states anyone can hope for. And that's quite a poignant moment in the film, because like you say, marriage is sort of at the core of a beautiful, extraordinary marriage at the core of the film. Tell us a little bit about Gerda's character and the strength that she had. Why did she have the power to follow through and support Lily in this way?
I think Gerda has this incredible capacity to love, and I think Alicia Vikander, who plays Gerda, is an amazing actress, but she brings so much heart, but also strength to Gerda. And I think when you'll see the film, you'll notice that she's somehow never a victim, despite the challenges she goes through. And I think it's Alicia's particular genius that she finds the strength in this, and also playing the good character in a film. Playing someone who's wholly good is we tend to like the villains or the naughty characters, and Alicia plays this character who's got incredible goodness, and yet makes it mesmeric to watch. And I promise you that is a lot harder than it looks.
No, absolutely. Final question. So Eddie Redmayne is an extraordinary Lily. The transformation as you see Ina turn into Lily, the body language is mesmerising to watch. Why Eddie for this role? What made you pull
well, I had the luck of working with Eddie quite young. I mean, I'd first directed him when he was 22 years old. It was one of his first jobs. It was Elizabeth I with Helen Mirren. Right. He played a young rebel who tries to overthrow Queen Helen Mirren and gets sentenced to death. And I remember shooting the scene where he received the death sentence, and this emotional rawness he had, this kind of extraordinary vulnerability, fragility, kind of emotional transparency, all marked him out as someone who had a particularly interesting relationship with his own emotional life and an ability to build empathic connections with audiences. So, and then I got to work with him on Les Mis, where again, his Maris, his Empty Chairs, Empty Tables is one of the highlights. Again, very emotionally open and powerful.
I love that.
Thank you. And so it was a combination of just my working relationship with him that had made me realise what he was capable long before Theory of Everything happened. Plus also I was intrigued by the fact that he was drawn to the feminine. I mean, he played girls' parts in school plays. His first professional job was playing Viola in Mark Rylance's Twelfth Night. So Mark had also seen something feminine in Eddie, which he wanted to explore and I wanted to explore as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.
The first time we met, she propositioned me. She seemed so sure.
I was sure. He was so shy and mysterious. Is there something you'd like to tell me?
Is there something you'd like to know?
I'm your wife. I know everything. Could you help me with something?
You will not tell anyone about this.
Hello there. We're going to call you Lily. I want to sketch you. Lily. We should go out tonight. Give them something different. Lily, you're exquisite.
You're different from most girls. I feel I'd need to ask your permission before I kissed you.
Exactly what happened last night?
There was a moment when I wasn't me. There was a moment when I was just Lily.
But Lily doesn't exist. We were playing a game.
Something changed.
He's lost his way. He needs a friend.
Let me help. I think Lily's thoughts. I dream her dreams. She was always there.
I need my husband. I need to hold my husband. Are you all right?
The fact is, I believe that I'm a woman.
And I believe it too.
Surgery has never been attempted before.
You're my whole life. They could kill you.
It's my only hope. This is not my body. I have to let him go. I love you because you're the only person who made sense of me. Who made me possible.